In Node, you handle errors with try-catch, and you clean up resources by remembering to close them. Bring those exact habits to Python, and you'll write code that leaks files, swallows bugs, and hides the very errors you need to see. Let's rebuild it the Python way, where cleanup is guaranteed and errors stay precise. It opens a file, reads it, parses it, and falls back to none if something goes wrong. Reasonable intent, but 3 habits in here are quietly dangerous. Watch. Start with the except. A bare except with nothing after it catches everything. And I mean everything. Not just the parse error you were worried about, but also the keyboard interrupt when you hit Control-C, the system exit that's trying to shut your program down, a typo that raises a name error, even an out-of-memory error. You've built a trap that swallows all of them and quietly sets result to none. So the bug you introduced last week now looks like no data instead of a crash, and you will never find it. The rule is absolute. Never write a bare except. Catch the specific exceptions you actually know how to handle. Hear the file error and the parse error, and let everything else propagate loudly, the way it should. The principle, only catch what you can meaningfully handle, and let the rest crash. The intuition, a bare except or catching plain exception is almost always a bug that hides other bugs. Now the resource. We open the file at the top, and at the very bottom we close it. See the problem? If read or parse raises, we jump to the except, and then we never reach the close. The file handle leaks. In a long-running service, leaks like this pile up until you run out of file descriptors and the whole thing falls over, far from where the real bug is. Node doesn't really have a language answer for this. You remember to close, or you handwrite a try finally. Python has an answer, and it's one of its best features. The context manager, though with statement. You write with open as F, and Python guarantees the file is closed the instant that block ends, whether it ends normally, by an exception, or by a return. Cleanup stops being something you remember and becomes something the language enforces. And it's not just files. Locks, database connections, sockets, temporary state, anything with a setup and a teardown is a context manager or can be made into one. The principle, never manage acquire and release by hand, wrap it in a with block. The intuition, the moment you see an open, a lock, or a connect that needs a matching close, that's a with statement. Last refinement, the shape of the try itself. Right now the risky parse and the fallback are tangled together. Python gives you a cleaner structure than Node's try-catch. It's try, except, and then else. The else block runs only if the try succeeded, with no exception raised. So the try holds exactly the one line that might fail. The except holds the recovery. And the else holds what to do on success, the continuation you specifically do not want your except to accidentally catch. There's also finally, which always runs, for cleanup that must happen no matter what. Keeping the try body down to the single risky operation is the whole art. It makes it impossible to catch an exception you didn't mean to. The principle, try holds only the risky call except recovers, else continues on success. The intuition, if code after your risky call should run only when it succeeded and must not be caught by your handler, it belongs in an else, not crammed inside the try. And watch the cleanup happen. We open the file inside a with block, then parsing blows up with an error. Even though we jump straight to the except, the with block still runs its exit, and the file is closed. Automatically on every path, including the failure one. That's the guarantee you don't get by just remembering to call close. Same intent, now correct. Errors are caught precisely, so real bugs still surface loudly. The file is closed automatically, on every path, guaranteed. And success, failure, and recovery each live in their own clearly separated block. This is Python's error model working with you. Cleanup you cannot forget, and exceptions that stay loud until you deliberately, specifically, choose to handle them. Node makes you remember to clean up and tempts you to catch everything. Python makes cleanup automatic and catching specific. Lean into that, and an entire category of production bugs simply stops happening. And that's the series. You now have the instincts for idioms, async, types, and errors. Subscribe to Codecraft and go write some Python.